Charlotte just demolished every assumption you can imagine about where the city truly can grow. The River District spans 1,400 acres with $6 billion in total investment, helping create over 5,000 homes, 8 million square feet of office space, and Charlotte's first ever public riverfront park. After 11 years in this market, I'm showing you why this isn't just another development. It's a complete shift in Charlotte's incredible footprint. So here's why Charlotte just proved everyone wrong about how much room the city still has to grow. The River District covers about 1,400 acres sitting between the Catawba River on the west and the Charlotte Douglas International Airport on the east. Most large developments in Charlotte are maybe 150 to 200 acres, but this one is almost 10 times the size. This is the largest remaining undeveloped tract of land in Mecklenburg County, and it's being transformed into something the city has never seen before. Here's the deal. This isn't just another subdivision. No, it isn't. The River District is a master planned mixed-use community built so you can live, work, and spend your time without constantly leaving the area. Homes, office campuses, retail, hotels, schools, and here's where it gets really interesting. More than 500 acres are locked in as a permanent green space, parks, trails, and Charlotte's first ever public riverfront park. Now, let's talk about that scale, because this truly matters. Over the next 20 to 30 years, full build out includes about 2,300 single family homes, roughly 2,350 apartments and condos, 200 assisted living units, and around 8 million square feet of office space, 500,000 square feet of retail, 1,000 hotel rooms, and 75 acres set aside for civic use, including 2 Charlotte Mecklenburg schools. So it's over 5,000 total homes, more office space, and commercial infrastructure that rivals places like South Park or even Ballantyne. And hang with me, because the transit plans coming later completely change the long-term picture here. I'll get to that in just a minute. So now, this project is fundamentally different from older developments like Ballantyne, which came together in the 1990s with a heavy car-built suburban layout. The River District is being designed as walkable, transit-friendly, and sustainability focused from day one. In April of 2025, it earned One Planet Living Leader status, only the third project in the entire country and the first in the Southeast to get that designation. So, what does that mean for you? It means environmentally responsibility isn't an afterthought. Public access to nature is baked in. Long-term ecological health is part of the plan alongside growth. We're talking stronger stream buffers, advanced water management, and real commitments to biodiversified over the full 30-year build-out. Now, the question is, why here? Why this much investment? Charlotte is the second largest banking center in the country and one of the fastest growing metros in the US, with about 157 people moving here every single day. The River District is positioned to capture that growth on the west side, an area that's now seeing serious momentum. It also sits right next to Charlotte Douglas International Airport, which serves more than 50 million passengers per year and is expanding with $1 billion fourth parallel runway set to open in 2027. That proximity makes this area a gateway for residents, employers, and global connectivity, especially with Charlotte being a major hub for American Airlines. Now, here's a part most people don't realize. For decades, the Catawba River has been Charlotte's most underused natural asset. Most of the riverfront is privately owned, so public access has been almost non-existent. The River District changes that completely. The plan includes about 3,500 linear feet of river frontage and Charlotte's first public riverfront park, expected to open the summer of 2028. For the first time, people will be able to actually enjoy and recreate along Charlotte's main river. Keep this number in mind, $6 billion. That's the total projected investment, not just construction, but the economic engine behind the whole thing. The River District is expected to generate about $5.6 billion in annual economic impact and add $2.7 billion to the local tax basis once it's fully built out. That means jobs, infrastructure, schools, and a complete repositioning of Charlotte's West Side. So that's the big picture. But what's already here currently? Let me show you what's been built and who's already moved in. And listen, if you're seriously looking at the River District or anywhere on Charlotte's West Side, I help buyers and investors time projects like this every single day. Early phases matter. My contact information is right here in the description. All right, let's keep going. Phase 1, Westrow and First Homes. Imagine moving into a brand new home where the coffee shop, the farm store, and the walking trails are already there. Not 5 years from now, day one. That's exactly what's happening in the first phase of the River District. And it's called Westrow. Westrow is a 70-acre town center that sets the tone for the entire community right out of the gate. This isn't to build the houses first and promise amenities later. It's the complete opposite. So the master plan starts with a walkable mixed-use core. Retail, dining, offices, homes, all living together from the beginning. That's a very different approach for Charlotte, and buyers are noticing it. Here's what's already happening in Westrow. The first 260 single-family lots are under construction by the major builders like David Weekley Homes, DRB Homes, Toll Brothers, and Sauce Burbank. The first resident moved into David Weekley Homes in August of 2025, and Westrow officially celebrated its grand opening in September 22nd, 2025. Translation, this is real. People are already living here. On the rental side, Novell River District is a 318-unit luxury apartment community by Crescent Communities that started pre-leasing late 2025. These are designed for people who want an urban feel but still want green space, trails, and access to nature. Now, let's talk about the amenity that really sets us apart, the Forge. This is the community's amenity village, and it's not your typical clubhouse. The Forge includes 2-acre working farm run by urban farmer Eric Schultz of Steadfast Farm. He previously managed the farm at the Argotopia, one of the most successful agri-hood communities in the community. The plan is simple and powerful. Fresh produce, a farm store, farm-to-table dining, all inside the neighborhood. Construction started in late 2025 with an expected opening here in 2026. And the numbers I'm breaking down later on, we'll show you why this matters for the entire west side of Charlotte. So stay with me. Now, one big milestone happened back on December 15th, 2025, when Crescent Communities announced Dashed In as the first commercial tenant at the River District. That's important because it signals the start of real retail and service infrastructure supporting this community. So now, here's something most people overlook. None of this happens without serious groundwork. The River District wasn't rushed. Crescent Communities spent years on the roads, utilities, stormwater systems, grading, and site prep. The ceremonial groundbreaking was in March of 2023, but infrastructure work started even earlier. By the time homes were delivered here in 2025, the streets, utilities, and greenway were already there. Westrow matters because it sets expectations correctly. The first residents aren't moving into a complete and utter chaotic construction zone with promises down the road. They're moving into a functioning community from day one. That's a completely different buyer experience, and it's already changing how people see Charlotte's West Side. And all of that leads straight into the numbers that really matter. What this cost and whether it works for your budget. Now, what separates dreamers from real buyers is knowing exactly what your money actually gets you at each price point. The River District was built with that in mind. This isn't a one price fits all community. It's designed to offer different housing options for different buyer profiles. In the first phase, you've got detached single-family homes from builders like David Weekley, DRB Homes, Toll Brothers, Salt Burbank. Base pricing starts in the low $700,000 for small plans, then climbs into the low $900,000 and higher for some of the Toll Brother luxury models. These aren't oversized suburban lots. They're compact by design. That's intentional. Open floor plans, modern layouts, smart home tech, and homes positioned to support walkability and real neighborhood interactions. Townhomes are coming also in the near future, a couple different phases. Pricing hasn't been fully released yet, but expect them to land roughly in the low to mid 400 and possibly to the upper $500,000 price points. That's going to hit first-time buyers, young professionals, and downsizers who want lower maintenance and easy access to all the different amenities that are there. Now, here's the nuance. Pricing in the low $700,000 to the $900,000 puts the River District firmly in the premium category compared to the broader Charlotte market, where the medium home price sits around the mid $400,000 price point as of December 2025. But you're not just buying a house here. You're buying into a master planned community lifestyle. Greenways, river access, a working farm, long-term infrastructure that gets more valuable as the area builds out. So, is it worth it? If you're buying in early phases like Westrow, you're getting in at ground level of a 30-year project. As more homes deliver, as retail opens, as the riverfront park comes online, and as transit improves, early buyers tend to benefit the most. I've watched this play out before in places like Ballantyne, South End, Birkdale Village. The buyers who move early before everything is finished and polished are usually the ones who see the strongest long-term growth. But price is just a number until you understand what those dollars actually buy you in the amenities, the infrastructure, and the future upside. 8 million square feet of office space isn't just a big number. That's thousands of jobs within walking distance of where you will be living. Let me show you how this is set up. The master plan for the River District includes about 8 million square feet of office space, roughly 500,000 square feet of retail, and 1,000 hotel rooms. And it's more than just housing. It's built to create jobs, tax revenue, and real economic activity on Charlotte's west side. The River District is being positioned for corporate tenants who want that true live, work, play setup. And that matters here. Now, Charlotte is the second largest banking center in the country, with growing fintech and healthcare sectors layered in with all of it. Demand for quality office space isn't going away. What makes this different is that it offers a suburban alternative to uptown with easier access to Charlotte Douglas International Airport, more green space, and lifestyle amenities that help companies attract the correct clients and actually keep the talent here. Now let's talk retail. The plan includes about 500,000 square feet for grocery, restaurant, cafes, boutiques, and everyday services. Dash Inn, being announced as the first tenant, is just the start. As more residents move in, you'll see larger grocery chains, fast casual dining, and local Charlotte brands fill in all the different spaces. There are also 1,000 hotel rooms planned, and that's not random. With CLT less than a mile away, this area is positioned to capture airport overflow, business travelers, conferences, and visitors coming for the riverfront amenities. That hotel piece supports jobs, and keeps activities local. Here's where this really separates itself from a typical office park. The River District weaves in more than 14 miles of trails, parks, and green space across the entire community. These aren't leftovers. They're central to the design. Trails connect homes to offices, to the schools, to the retail, and the riverfront, making walking and biking realistic options instead of an afterthought. And then there's the river. Expected to open up in the summer of 2028, Charlotte's first public riverfront park along the Catawba River will include trails, events, spaces, kayak and paddleboard access, and educational programs around the river's ecology and the history. This won't just serve the neighborhood, it becomes a regional destination. That framework looks at everything from health and happiness to local economy, land use, water, food, transportation, materials, waste, and energy. Every phase has to meet those standards. That's how sustainability stays real instead of becoming marketing line. So, what does all of this mean for jobs? Thousands of permanent positions across office, retail, hospitality, and services. The economic impact study estimates about $5.6 billion per year once everything is built out, with job creation driving a big part of that number. For Charlotte's West Side, this is a generational shift. And understanding why this happens over decades, not overnight, is where the real investment strategy comes into play. That's the part most buyers miss out. So here's the thing. The River District isn't a 3-year project. It's a 20 to 30 year vision. Let me tell you what that really means. The first homes are already occupied. The first commercial tenant is already in place. The infrastructure for early phase is done. If you're buying in Westrow today, you're buying into something that keeps maturing for an entire generation. So why does that matter? Because long-term phase developments reshape how cities grow. They change infrastructure planning. They change where companies land. They change where people want to live. Ballantyne is the perfect example of this. What started as farmland is now a major job center and retail hub, with home values ranging from the mid $400,000 price point to well over $1.5 million. The River District is on a similar path, but with a more walkable, sustainable, and transit-focused design. Here's what I'm watching closely. The master plan anticipates the future Lenox Silver Line, a planned 29-mile light rail line connecting this area to Uptown, Matthews, and surrounding communities. It's still in the planning phases and funding, but when it comes online, it will change everything. This community is being built with future transit in mind, not retrofitting later on. Then there's the airport. Charlotte Douglas International Airport is in the middle of a major expansion. A $1 billion fourth parallel runway wraps up in around 2027, with new concourse coming online to handle all the growth here in Charlotte, which served a record 58.8 million passengers in 2024. That proximity puts the River District in a strategic spot for corporate travelers, airline employees, and businesses that rely on frequent air travel. Zoom out a bit and you see the bigger trend. Investment is flowing into Charlotte's West Side. As offices open, schools are being built, and infrastructure improves, this area becomes more attractive to both employers and buyers. I've been in this market for close to 11 years, and I've seen this pattern repeat itself. Early buyers in master planned communities with strong fundamentals, good schools, transit access, job centers, and quality of life amenities tend to see meaningful long-term appreciation. The River District checks those boxes. As the riverfront park opens and commercial districts activate, Early buyers are positioned extremely well. And this project won't exist in a bubble. Its growth will influence nearby areas like West Charlotte, the airport corridor, and even neighborhoods closer to uptown. As demand increases inside the River District, buyers who get priced out will start looking nearby. Translation, values rise across the west side. Now, here's the nuance. No project this size is perfect. There will be delays, plans will adjust, interest rates and economic cycles will affect all the timing. That's going to be normal. But the fundamentals are strong. Charlotte keeps growing. The west side is being revitalized. And the River District is the largest, most ambitious development the city has ever seen in more than 20 years. That's why this one truly matters. The River District isn't competing with existing Charlotte neighborhoods. It's creating an entirely new category of master planned living on the west side. If you're considering the River District or anywhere on Charlotte's west side, before this development reshapes the pricing landscape, shoot me an email today. And check out this video I've linked here breaking down all 7 of Charlotte's massive development projects happening right now. You need to see how these projects connect before deciding where to actually buy. I'll see you in the next one.